So, hi, Nicola. Thanks for agreeing to chat to us today. So, I'm going to kick things off with I want you to tell me what you did prior to becoming a celebrant and doing your celebrant training.
Well, I still do that alongside with becoming a celebrant. So I'm a mobile hairdresser. So I find it all works well together. So yes, I was supporting my clients in ways that weren't just to do with hairdressing over the years, and becoming a celebrant seemed the natural progression. Um, and I felt like I had a lot of skills that could transfer. So that's why I decided to train.
So, why did you decide to choose celebrancy as that next step then?
Um, because several people, it was more to do with the funerals, several people, when they were going through their journey of their own grief. Um, so I'm going to get emotional now. They said to me that they found that they could talk to me in a way that they couldn't talk to other people, and that they were grateful of the support I gave. And so that's where it came from. I thought, I wonder if I can do this in a professional way as well.
So, why did you choose to train with the AMC?
I quite often just go, right, I want to do this. I found you. I liked what you were saying. I liked the brand. And I didn't do any more research. You just had me hooked from day one. So, yeah, I know loads of people look into it loads, but with me, a lot of things in life, I just feel if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And it was one of those spur of the moment things that I thought, actually, I'm going to look into this. And then I found AMC, and there I was, signed up before I could even change my mind.
So, tell me a little bit then about how did the AMC support your learning and your growth while you were training with them?
Well, I found that the platform was the sort of thing that I could work with. I hadn't done any studying since I was at school, and I didn't particularly like school. And all of a sudden, I found that with the format of AMC, that it just worked for me. I suddenly then realised that I really enjoyed learning, but probably because I had an interest in what I was learning, and then did far more research than what even was required because I loved it so much. And since then, have still been doing things that I don't necessarily need to just because I enjoy it so much. The support I found was great, especially having the Facebook groups and the fact that it's easy to contact any of the mentors. Even when you haven't got to that stage, you can put a shout out and you get a response. So that's great.
So, what advice would you give to somebody starting on their own celebrant journey right now?
Follow your heart, do what's right for you. Um, One thing I found that I also learned through AMC is to be yourself, um, be unapologetically yourself, and then you will be true to yourself. You will find your way. When at first everyone was saying, find your niche, I didn't even know what that would be. But I've just found being me. I still don't know what I would call my niche, but just being me is what has really helped. So just don't be scared. Be yourself and find what you enjoy, and follow those, make those things that make you happy with doing what you're doing, your thing. And okay, there's certain things that you have to do regardless, but concentrate on the things that make you you, and then you will be more successful.
So, what was the best part of your own AMC experience?
um well, the whole thing really. I liked pushing myself. So at first the only thing or concern I had was when you do the recorded and then the live presentation, because even though I'm great with people, being a hairdresser, actually being out there and doing things, which of course is a big part of becoming a celebrant, but that really scared the life out of me. But by the time I got to that stage, it didn't bother me in the least, and I really embraced it. So yeah, that's that really.
So, what did you find most exciting or most inspirational when you were on the course?
Um, Finding out about all the different options that are out there for whether it's funerals, weddings, or namings. Um, Before doing this, I hadn't really thought about other things that you can do. But being quite a creative person, I really embraced that. And um, I'm always looking for things that can enhance or just add a little bit in a personalised way, not just because I want to be a bit different to everyone else, but what's right for that person. So discovering things, I've, as I said earlier, it's the learning and finding out things that I didn't know before has really just made me very, very enthusiastic about it all.
So, is there anyone on the team that you would like to shout out and why?
Um, well, all my mentors have been great. Obviously, you and Helen as well through the Hive have been great. So, um, Sarah Wickham was my mentor for funerals, and she was very, very supportive. And um, as I said, I haven't done any learning or anything since I was at school, and so I'd never with using a laptop or anything. I hadn't had to do documents with being a hairdresser. So there was a lot of things that not just about how to find your own style and to lead a service, but things to do with the technical side of things that I didn't have a clue about. So that was really, really good. Um, and then Laura for the weddings, I mean, she was just so enthusiastic, and that was just great fun and learning then different things from her. So I found it great that I had three different mentors, and then Ros with the namings as well. All just so lovely, all added a different thing to the mix. And I feel having all of them, plus then doing the Q&As as well and talking to the different mentors, all of that has helped me become who I am. So having a bit of a varied mix of different people to help me along the way. So yeah, I'd like to shout out to all of them, but a lot of the mentors in general.
So, where are you now on your celebrant journey? Tell us a little bit about where you're at.
I'm really a funeral celebrant. I have done one wedding for the charity Gift of a Wedding, which again that sort of ties in with being a funeral celebrant because of where the person getting married was on end of life care. Um, I would like to do weddings, but I haven't got the time with doing hairdressing as well to get my website and things like that underway. So maybe when I wind down the hairdressing, that's something that I will pick up on. I would definitely volunteer again to do another wedding like that because it was just very, very rewarding to do that. But yeah, since graduating, I haven't pushed myself that much because of having the hairdressing as well. It works really well alongside what I do. Saying that, I had two services last week. I've got two this week. So I am getting enough work to work with hairdressing. And I find it just very, very rewarding, more rewarding than doing hairdressing, even though I still like doing that. But yeah, I find it.
So, what sort of ceremonies have you been doing then on the funeral front?
I have, through funeral directors, I've been doing mostly services like that, but I have also, through someone who attended a funeral that I led, they then contacted the funeral director because they wanted to have a service at a venue rather than at a crematorium. They didn't want the coffin there. They didn't want the idea of seeing their mum in the coffin, or just seeing the coffin knowing their mum was in there. So they had decided to go for a direct cremation, not because of all the adverts and stuff like that, just because that's what they wanted to do. And they then had a ceremony at a venue which was very special to the family. And that was really lovely to do, a real honour. And because you've got no time constraints then, so that was lovely. And we involved lots of different elements. And then sadly, 2 months later, her mum passed away as well. So they also opted for another ceremony led in the same way at a different venue. And it was very, very much an honour that they wanted me to come back again. So it's mainly through funeral directors, but it's nice that they found me again without having to have a website. They just found me through seeing me elsewhere. So it's nice to know that people do also have the initiative to actually think, I'm going to do this in a different way.
So what's your favourite part of being a celebrant?
Um, Meeting families, learning all about their loved one. And when I did the wedding, meeting the family and learning about their story. Of course, presenting the service is lovely as well. And when you know that you have got it right and led it in the way that is right for the family, yeah, it's that honour of afterwards knowing that they are happy with what you have done and you have given them the right send off. So it's the whole lot, but I feel first of all, it's the privilege of learning about them, their stories, their loved ones.
So last question then for you, Nicola.
Mhm.
How has your life changed since you took this adventure of becoming a celebrant?
Um, I've got more enthusiasm for life. Not that I didn't have much to start with, but I feel a lot more sort of keyed up, like I've got more of a purpose in life. My husband probably says he never sees me. Um, but yeah, life feels fuller in a good way, not in an overwhelming way, in a good way. And I feel like I've found where I should have been.
Amazing. So if anybody's watching this and they want to find you, where can they find you at?
Well, it's only on Instagram, which is Nikki. I can't even remember. Might be Nikki underscore Kent. I can't remember. I tell you what I will do. I will show you. So I am there. I'm on Facebook as well. And yes, that's where I am because I'm so not a social media person that I hardly ever post, which I know I should, but that's where I'm at. And I was right, it is Nikki underscore Kent. And on Facebook, I'm Nicola Kent, celebrant.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us, Nikki. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Penny. Been lovely talking to you.